Alrighty. I've had like 4 hours of sleep. I'm running off coffee. Let's see how badly I can strain my voice before D&D. Okay, camera on. Still got my Lara wig in the back there. Hello Sarah, how you doing today? Nettie! TSMR. That reminds me. Hey Jan, how's it going? Oh, thanks for the retweet, Sarah. Oh, being alive's good. Sick again, Jan. Oh, probably COVID. Sorry to hear that. I hope it's only minor symptoms. Okay, hopefully everyone can see everything. Oh, and to answer your question, Sarah, I'm kind of sleepy, but I think I'm doing pretty well. Nettie, co-worker who was feeling sick in office, tested negative on a rapid test. Apparently yesterday finally tested positive for the 3rd time. Yikes. Yeah, I've actually heard something about the Omicron strain not actually showing up in tests. Until after a few days after symptoms appear. Rapid test, that is. She had it around April 2020, June 2021, and now again. Well then. Another friend of yours only got a positive test on day 4 of symptoms. Yeah. Don't know why, but my contact lens is really irritating me today. Hey Eppolite, how's it going? Hang on, I'm just going to give my contact lens a rinse. Alkia, nice to see ya. And yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Kind of sleepy, but I'm running on low sleep. And I'm pumped for D&D later because there is actually going to be a dragon. And it is indeed in a dungeon. What happened to my contact? I don't know, it's just been feeling a bit off, so I'm just giving it a rinse. To be fair, I should double check. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. There we go. Much better. I really should double check whether it's a 30-day or 90-day contact. Because if it's 30-day, I think it's probably past its sell-by date by now. But anyway. Yep. Story so far. We're sadly got Larry on the interview stand. Back when you still wore them, you got a loose eyelash under it. Ouch. These are my purple contacts. I'm not quite sure you can see, but yeah. I think when I'm done with these, I'll try and get some more bright, some more purpley ones, because they don't show up too well on stream. Nettie, you've never tried contacts. You've always worried you wouldn't be able to get them out. Yeah, that's fair. I had that fear as well. But it turns out that's not really a thing that can happen. Like, if anything, the real risk will be that your eyes don't want them there. They're actually quite good at getting stuff out of your eyes, and that includes contact lenses. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe that this has nothing to do with the case? Objection! That crystal sphere? It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? Kia, you had to stop wearing them because it reached a point that not only was it taking you forever to put them in, you always had issues with eye stuff, but you couldn't stand wearing them more than a few minutes. That sucks. I was having trouble with keeping them in when I first started, but I found the solution was just to use eye drops. Yeah, and oh by the way, you all are cute. Yep, this chat is full of cute people, and that is very important. Oh yeah, speaking of which, can we get some shout-outs? Who do we have here who streams? Nettie, you've been streaming The Walking Dead lately. Eppolite, I believe you stream. Elkia, your eyes suck, then you got eye surgery. Nice. I'll be honest, I do have prescription lenses, but only like -1.5, because my eyesight's not really that bad. And these contact lenses are prescription, but I'm mostly wearing them because they're cosmetic. Because I actually kind of like my eyes purple. Plus, you know, tiefling later. Hey, Invisible. Although, interesting fact, I need to be wearing contact lenses or glasses to be driving. At least legally. Vamp Kitty! How's it going? Oh, anyway. After the murder? There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. Yep, Alkia's black kitty emoji is amazing. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. What? You mean I'm the killer? Oh, he confessed, you heard it. Execute Larry Butts. No, what? All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear next to the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe that this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Elise Donim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform to something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on this disposition of this crystal sphere. I don't think the crystal sphere is feeling much. Kia, why not, check the blood on it? Oh, Kia. If they actually did forensics on it, then they couldn't have it just show up as surprise evidence. If it's not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Stepsister, no. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Trying to allow vampires comment, but chat kept jumping too fast. Jumping too fast. Invisible, you would imagine a Twitch sub. Alkia, you haven't streamed in a while. Oh yeah, speaking of, someone been doing shout outs. Okay. There we go. So yeah, as has accurately been pointed out, we can prove the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place because it's got blood on it. No, wait. You're welcome, Alkia. Can I prove it? That it isn't the issue. Simply prove it. That's the only option. That's what he'd do. Oh, he's thinking of his husband. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You'll do what? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he's cornered. That should come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. The step. You're a sponge, Miss Von Karma? Birds of a feather flock together. Are you familiar with this phrase? Miles Edgeworth. I think one such bird is calling for its fellow now. Go, Edgy. Do it, prove it, win, win, win. It's cheering. It's as though I'm listening to the ominous cause of ravens. So, Mr. Edgeworth, what will you do from here? One more chance, Your Honor. I can't turn back after coming all this way. Vampire, you think you're going to get off? Sorry for a quick drop in, but you need to distract yourself in a bit of a poopy mood. Sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better later. Jan, you like how in the investigations games, Edgeworth keeps calling Phoenix that person. Sugar Snaps, aka Joe. It's been a while, how's it going? The time of the murder, and when the crystal sphere was dropped. I need to find proof that the latter happened first. Okay, proof that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder. Sugar Snaps, pretty good. You have a cold though. Sorry to hear that. Will do, Vamp. Have a good evening. Found half covered in snow. Ah, the weather report strikes again. Because if it was dropped after the murder, it wouldn't have been covered in snow because the snow stopped before the murder. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Okay, maybe not. Oh, okay, I just need to present the sphere itself. This crystal sphere was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing? On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Ah! Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? Order! 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 On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge, and there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could that have been? This sphere. There is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool, and which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying attention this whole time, Miss Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost. At the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood will be lost from a body, that'll be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed. Thus, there was no bleeding. You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? Well, there was a snowmobile. I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that. My version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Wow, my voice is really taking a beating tonight already. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Seen a bit out here? Joe, edgy on the defense? Yep. And he's gone as far as to have his own have his own adoptive sister be the prosecuting attorney. On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. It could have also been used to carry a body. Order! 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 Ugh. This is completely unacceptable, Mars Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Franzisker von Karma. And in fact, the defence has proven something else entirely. We've shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim? At least an M really killed. If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what did this image mean? That the witness can't draw? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. Wow. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamoured. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defence stands firm on this point. Edgy, thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franzisker von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason, and one reason alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have... Miles Edgeworth, I don't care what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame. What a shame, Frankie. This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You're an affront to the legal system. I demand satisfaction. Poor Larry. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony really relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defence and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Whew, I can finally stop doing the Edgeworth voice. It is a bit of a strain on my throat. I mean, it's not really a hard voice to do, but it's kind of, for some reason, it's kind of hard to switch out of. Especially if I'm doing the Franzisker von Karma voice as well. Because that's basically exactly the same voice, but more femme. February the 9th, 3:43 AM. Hottie Clinic, Intensive Care Unit. For a cold? I'm still up at this hour, reading through the trial record of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor, Mia Fey, ever handled in a court of law. Okay, so the last, chapter was him here. The horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I have read, I don't want to believe. What is written here? This isn't the Dahlia I knew. After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. I feel dizzy, my ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head is on fire. I must have one of those combustible heads that I read an article all about. Invisible, he looks like an actual adult there. He does. Amazing. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I mean, to be fair, he's only like 23, so he's still basically a child. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know that he'll be able to help me with him. Somehow. February the 9th, 2:43 PM, Dusky Bridge. Right, are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? Oh, welcome back here. What'd you miss? Basically Edgeworth, concluded that more investigations needed, and he's handing the trial back to Wright. And Wright's been basically spending his time in intensive care looking over old cases. And that was what the last chapter was. I think, to be fair, that's his default look. He's just under for what, right? Sundere, rather. Oh, hey, Nick. Can we get a shout out for Nick? Oh, that reminds me, actually. I need to see if, the, announcement marker, yeah. Sugar snaps, yep, here's resting bitch face syndrome, exactly. Yep, so obviously at 7:30, which is 2 hours from now. We're going to, obviously, I'll be on Nick's YouTube channel playing D&D again, looking a bit more tiefling-ish. It's going to be good, and as I said earlier, there'll be actual dragons in an actual dungeon of the mind. Nick, you're waiting on the delivery of some Thai food, so you might disappear at random, but you've always got time for Edgeworth. Yep, Thai food's a good excuse. And hype indeed. Right, are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face. Or maybe Viridian, in artist speak. Actually, my fever's gone down quite a bit. How's your temperature now? Only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. Does someone who knows American temperature... Could someone who knows American temperatures... tell me if that's true. Invisible. She'll look like this. Showing the grounded emoji with the, finger gun. Just less cool. 39 degrees C. Yeah, that's about right. I can remember. Oh, that is something to worry about. Oh yeah, because the human body's supposed to be 37. Thanks, Dr. Nick. Cough, 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 cough. Anyway, I read today's trial record. Yep, Key is correct. It's a fever. Phoenix needs to go back to bed. Also take a lateral flow test. Joe, you think Phoenix has more than a cold? I mean, yeah, he was in intensive care. It had to be worse than a cold. I mean, geez, why are they calling it a cold? He was literally on an IV drip. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the Shito did not deliver the deadly blow, which means that there must have been another sword hiding out there that we don't know about. Watching. Waiting. Waiting for the moment to strike, perhaps of its own accord. Beware the flying sword, Phoenix. Beware the flying sword. Yeah, that went places, sorry. Another sword, huh? Don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself, or I'll eat my coat. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. That's probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into. And that is our client's background, naturally. You mean Iris, sir? I have the feeling that we've met before. What I want is confirmation, one way or the other. And since I probably won't be getting that from you, I'm sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, Wright. Take care. Guess I should get moving too. Why? Do you need to be somewhere? No. It's just the Let's Player here. His voice is seizing up from trying to do mine. Yeah, I gotta get to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across the other side. Ah, that's right. Mare's still stuck over at the inner temple. But don't you worry, pal. As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know. Wait, how long has she been stuck there? I think they outright said there was a risk of her freezing. Thank you, Gumshoe. Cough, cough. Cough, cough, cough. I'm not actually going to just saying cough instead of actually coughing, because that will tear at my throat. What were you trying to post there, Kia? It's just come across as the censorship asterisk. Yes. No problem, pal. Just try not to give me that cough of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off. Hang in there, Mayor. We'll get you out. I promise. Jan, oh no, you infected Phoenix. Alkia, it's a clip you just made. Oh, permission. Did that work? Nope. Really should remember these Oh wait, I know what I can do. There you go. I've given you VIP status, Alkia. That should allow you to post the clip. But in the meantime, I've got to continue collecting evidence. Yep, there we go. Beware the flying sword. Yeah, I'm in a strange mood today. That thing looks like it's ready to collapse. At least it more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is very prone to earthquakes, which reminds me, if my memory serves me correctly, Edgeworth isn't exactly a fan of earthquakes. Continuity nod. Now it really is more of a dusty bridge than a dusky bridge. That kidnapping incident happened here 11 years ago, so maybe it's cursed too. Hazakura Temple doesn't have a single private phone line, and there aren't any houses in the area, so I guess Bikini is the only one who uses this. I really wish I had brought my cell phone with me. What kidnapping incident? Basically the one that was the basis for the third case, and Mia, Phoenix's mentor's first ever court case. Long story short, lots of betrayals and backstabbing. And Phoenix's girlfriend was the culprit, ultimately. But that was before she met her, and she actually only became his girlfriend because she needed someone to dispose of a murder weapon. All very complicated. All you really need to know is Phoenix has an ex-girlfriend who looks a lot like the suspect in this case, and who not only tried to frame him for murder, but was actually trying to kill him. And also implicitly murdered Mia's mentor, who is blatantly Goddo, but that's apparently supposed to be a secret. There's a narrow path going off in a different direction than that of the main hall. Looks like someone's taken the effort to ride to Heavenly Hall on a signpost. It looks like it's about 20 yards to that cliff over there, but I can't see the end temple from here. I really hope Maya's okay. Okay. Let's get investigating them. February the 9th, Hazakura Temple, main gate. Come on, please. It's for God's sake. I swear. There's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung. I'm talking about the heroine here. The heroine in my book. It'll make you famous. Ah! Enough. A fool's fools. Wait, a fool's fools who foolishly accepts the foolishness of a fool's fool. What? Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright? Exactly, Jan. Buffalo. Well, I believe it's actually the word buffalo 7 times. Buffalo. The 4th buffalo serves as the verb. while the first, second, and fifth and sixth buffaloes are adjectives modifying the third and final buffalo, which are the nouns. Oh yeah, you're right, Invisible. It's only 6. Buffalo from, was it? Buffalo from buffalo. Buffalo from buffalo in a buffalo manner. Or something like that. Because buffalo can be a verb meaning to bother. A place. A cow-like creature. Yeah, it is the strangest thing, and it is hurting my head even though I understand it somewhat. Well, anyway, wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright? Incidentally, if Granted ever gets killed or put on hiatus, I'm absolutely using my Franzisker von Karma voice for my backup character. Huh? Me? You're completely lost, Alkia. Well, don't shoot a polar bear. Wait a second. I know you. You're, ow! Your reflexes and mind need to shape up. My brain's frying like a sunny side up, and you want to grill me over a name? Francie, you can't do that. Even as we speak, Nick's on the brink of death. Or so I'm told. Whip a dead horse. Isn't that one of your American sayings? No, it's not. And I'm not on the brink of anything. Come on, Nick. Tell her, wouldn't you? Tell her she needs to model for my new picture book. Fancy's whippity-whip trip. So is that an adult picture book or... Yep, he needs to stop. Alkia, you hate putts. You wish to kick him. That's entirely fair. But you know what you shouldn't kick? A delicious cup of tea. Or, you know, do you kick a cup of tea if that's what you want to? Yeah, and it's totally for kids and involves no fetishes. Invisible, instead I should throw it in the harbour. What am I, an American? Yan, like totally spies. Before you ask me to model, learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony. And before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. I don't care what anyone says. I'm telling the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew, I'm telling you. Whoosh. Just like that dude with the red underwear. Spider-Man. Don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come crawling back to apologise. Off he goes. It's amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix Wright. Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right. Extending my perfect win record. Naturally. Oh joy. Sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met? I think if I cosplayed any Phoenix Wright character, it would be Franzisker. Joe, so much hate on Larry. You also hate him, but still? Yeah. Thanks for the quote, Elk here. Oh yeah, didn't ask. How's Amanda doing? Haven't seen her in a while either. I am Franzisker von Karma, the prodigy. She's a fire starter, a twisted fire starter. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Franzisker was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Her father was the legendary prosecutor, Manfred von Karma. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years, but now he is gone from this world. Because he lost one trial, and the punishment for that is immediate execution. Don't tell me you still hold that grudge against me because of what happened to your father. Alkia, you're pretty sure Germany has laws against child labour? I mean, to be fair, presumably she could still work as a prosecutor. She just had to do reduced hours. Invisible Girl, we need that law. I'm pretty sure we also have child labour laws in the UK. Phoenix Wright, you'll fall before me. This, I promise. But it will be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear? Alright, you mean the lose a trial and die law. More lawyers dying, please. Now really, do you think hell needs more lawyers? It's powerful enough already. Joe, Amanda's good. She's currently on the train to Stockholm. Nice. Yes, Crystal. Move going okay? Jan, you bet Invisible will love the 6th game. Invisible will pee off the devil that makes contracts. Yeah, that's fair. In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Edgeworth. Come to think of it, Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said this case has a special significance to you. Because it does. And that's precisely why I'm here. Elk here. They're siblings. Yep. Basically, Miles Edgeworth's father was a defense attorney. Gregory Edgeworth, who was the rival of Manfred von Karma, Franzisker's biological father. Manfred von Karma murdered Gregory in a fit of rage, but made it look like an accident, and adopted Edgeworth just to raise him as a prosecutor out of spite. So they're basically adopted siblings. Wow, I only just realised Franziska has really weird eyebrows. They're like 90s They're like if 90s eyebrows got really 90s. Jonah! Hello, popping in to show your love for Phoenix Wright. Can we get a shout out for JTTG? Oh, I suppose I might as well do it myself since I don't have any mods. You still need to finish the Phoenix Wright games on your Switch. Oh yeah, I need to keep meaning to double check which Phoenix Wright games are on the Switch. Because I'm like 80% sure that some of the later one, because I'm not sure. Are some of the digital only ones on there? Oh, you want to play the one with Sherlock Holmes? You've heard good things about it. Yan, 1, 2 and 3 and the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Okay, I have all those on PC, so it doesn't make a difference then. But yeah, I'm super looking forward to Himbo Sherlock Holmes. Incidentally, Google why he's called Sherlock Holmes. It's a fascinating bit of history. Which actually has roots in which actually has a connection to Lupin the Third, because the original character Lupin the Third was based on Arsène Lupin, is the reason Sherlock Holmes is a public domain version of Sherlock Holmes. It's all very interesting. Jono, you think you heard the story at one point but don't remember it 100%? I know around the time the game came out there was a Polygon article, I think it was, that explained the whole thing in detail. So just Google Sherlock Holmes Polygon or something. Yan, the Conan Doyle estate insists giving Holmes a personality means you're ripping off copyrighted stories, as opposed to public domain ones. Yeah, that's the long and short of it. Because not all of the Sherlock Holmes stories are out of copyright, they try to argue that certain aspects that appear in the later stories are still copyrighted, and they're very lawsuit happy. I agree, Alkia. Copyright law stifles creativity. Fun fact, the first instance of a creator laying claim to a story and character was Don Quixote, or rather its sequel, which opens making fun of a rip-off that was written in between the release of the first and second novel, which apparently missed the point that Quixote was supposed to be a tragic figure who thought he was a knight. But anyway, remember to donate to WAO3 when you can, because transformative works are important. And yes, Nintendo. But it should be pointed out, Nintendo are the Disney of video games. A lot of problems with copyright law can basically be traced back to the mouse. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into teensy-weensy pieces all the better. It's probably the fever, but... Joe, Franzisker staring you, you're scared? I mean, fear's not quite what I'm feeling. She's so openly hostile that it was almost kind of cute. Stop being patronising, Phoenix. Ow! No smirking. No whipping the sick. That foolish fool. Doing such a foolish favour for such a foolishly foolish fool. Edgeworth. Make no mistake, Phoenix, right? I came here for one thing, and one thing only. To pulverise you. Joe, Phoenix has a thing for sundays. Clearly. Oh, looks like looks like Jonah's gone live. It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some Cold Killer X, you know. Oh yeah, I forgot. In the third case, the one he was involved in... I mean, the first case, the one he was involved in, as a defendant/witness, his favourite cold medication was confirmed to be Cold Killer X. And it was a plot point because it turned out that his girlfriend had tried to poison him via it. I went over the whole case file on the flight over.
You read the whole thing?
Yes, every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it a very interesting read, you know. Attempting to cross a burning bridge. Did you even consider the dangers?
No. The only thought in my mind was, I have to get across.
A fool who doesn't think is a more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks.
Gumshoe let me know when the bridge was repaired. Mayor, she's got to be okay. I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the inner temple that night.
Excuse me? Okay. Ah, thanks for the goods untied, Jan.
About this? Yeah?
I refuse to help you, Phoenix Wright.
I should have known better than to try.
Okay, we're not getting anything out of her then. February the 9th, Hazakura Temple, Main Hall.
That was one long sigh. Sister Bikini?
My. I didn't know you were here. How are you doing?
You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose we've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise, now that I think about it, there's an acolyte stuck in the inner temple, and that poor little girl has gone missing too. That little girl? You don't mean Pearls, do you?
Yes, I'm afraid I do.
She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident.
Jan, Wahahaha is of course an evil version of the regular ha, as shown by Wario and Waluigi. Well, actually, yeah, that's basically the case, because in Japanese, Wario and Waluigi are mergings of, I can't remember the word, but it begins with wa, and it does basically mean bad or evil. And Wahahaha has that connotation for that reason.
Pearls, she's missing? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself.
Oh yeah, thanks Jan. Warui equals bad.
Are you talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie.
Invisible, you could go look in your dictionary, but you're working on upgrading your 3D printer. Nice. What upgrades are you adding?
I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least it was until this morning.
And also, Leveler, for those of us who don't know much about 3D printers, what does that do?
I don't see any cyclogs, so she must be telling the truth.
You also got a filament dryer. Okay, I know filament's just the, sort of plastic wire you feed into it to make stuff. Yep, poor Bikini, Joe. Poor Bikini. Invisible. It figures out how to print flat. Oh, okay. Oh, I guess it automatically creates a level plane. That makes sense.
So why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden? You know that artist who testified after me?
Okay, in software. Fair enough.
I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. I felt like I might start flying myself. When I saw that man testify so fervently about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand. I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble, and nothing else. If Bikini and Larry are telling the truth...
I mean, Larry telling the truth's a bit of a stretch.
That can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw.
Dun, 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 dun.
On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the inner temple. Is that correct?
Yep, sick Larry Byrne, Phoenix.
That's right. I'm sure it was Iris. But Iris claims she was in her room in Hasakura Temple. I know I shouldn't have come back here that night. But because you did, Mare stuck all by herself at the inner temple. Ugh, I'm so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter is especially bad. I'll bet. The training hall looks like it's about to fall down at any second. Eagle Mountain has always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know. Earthquakes? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels the training hall. We've got to get Mare out of there. Fast. But still, there's no need to worry. That area on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island. It's like an island? How so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the inner temple. No one lives out there, and is surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest. I see. So a criminal will be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction.
Trapped with Mare, you mean?
As long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she,
just say they, damn it,
will have to stay there. That means Mare could be stuck out there with a murderer, and with no way of escape either.
Yes, Joe, they do seem a bit oddly blasé about the fact a 9-year-old's missing.
Oh dear, yes, I suppose it does. Please, Gumshoe, get that bridge up faster.
So is there going to be a plot twist like, I don't know, Pearl channeled like a assassin from the past or something, and she's been the murderer all along?
I'm curious about a few things, if you don't mind answering some questions. Oh, do you need my measurements for your investigate?
What?
No. I want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Elise Donem. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size, or her bust size for that matter. No, I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with.
Yeah, that was kind of an odd joke.
I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training. My, you make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mr. Elise was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There, you did it again, Sister Bikini. I noticed you always refer to Miss Donem as Mr. Elise. Oh! Yes, now why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte. We address all our visitors as mystic. It makes their experiences feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know. How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you?
Busted. Damn. Oh, making the bees gay out here. Excellent.
It seems Miss Elise was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's pearls.
Invisible, they're gay by default. I mean, true.
She was with Miss Donim on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished.
Alkia is one of those temples that rich white people go to soak in the feelings of exotic religions. Exactly.
It's all got to be connected somehow. Why did pearls have to get mixed up in this mess? Please, Mr. Wright. I know you're worried, but try to keep it together. Oh man. My head's throbbing so bad it's killing me. Pearls. She was with Miss Donim on the night of the murder, remember? Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know. I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we'd finished eating dinner. The murder. It didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either. Come on, keep calm. There's one place left where pearls could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with the repairs soon.
I like the implication that Gumshoe is personally repairing the bridge himself. Anywho, let's take a crack at this. I think I might stop at like 20 minutes, an hour and a quarter and 20 minutes, so in like 5 or 10 minutes, because my voice isn't feeling great tonight.
Sister Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Miss Elise Donim had a special significance to this temple.
Tss, Alkia, Gumshoe there on the bridge with a hammer and a bunch of nails in his mouth.
Nailed it, pal.
Taking care of myself is important. Yep, taking care of my voice even more so. I've actually been sort of reading some of the basics of voice acting and stuff just to sort of learn how to take care of my voice better.
As to why she had special significance, I believe it was to do with her true identity. What on earth are you talking about? She was... Mystic Elise was an author. Just an author of picture books. To be honest, I had my suspicions almost immediately after I met her. Suspicions? Yes, but I don't have any evidence to support my theory, though. But now I do. This piece of evidence proves Mr. Nim's true identity.
Yeah, nothing proves that here. Joe, you assumed he was. You believe he's very handy?
I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather more clues before I try again.
Okay, I guess I need to find clues to prove who she is then. February the 9th, Hazakura Temple, Courtyard.
This is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the stand, so maybe there are some clues that have yet to be found.
Oh, a stick's still there.
Mr. Nim's staff. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. I guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of Dusky Bridge, but what was it doing all the way out there? The Shichi Shito. It's there in Mr. Kami's right hand, but it was proven today in court that it wasn't the murder weapon.
Alkia, was the magazine called Occult? Yep, Occult. Because it's a homonym of occult.
Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. The main gate is on the other side of that stone wall. The difference in elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep this hillside is. And that's also the height the body fell from, according to the autopsy. Is it possible that Mr. Nim was pushed from the top of the wall? They get quite a bit of snow up here on Eagle Mountain. Around here, skis aren't just for fun. They're tools for getting around. But the sled, that's got to be for a Bikini's own personal entertainment.
Okay, that's an ominous thing to say.
That building up here, there is the main hall. It was where we were staying. It sits kind of funny because it was built on a very steep slope. If you enter from the main gate side, these rooms above me are on the ground floor. Apparently Mr. Nim was staying in that corner room. I guess that's where she was pushed from that night. There are a few of these stone lanterns scattered around in this courtyard. Without the city glare to compete with, I imagine they would seem a lot brighter. I guess Sister Bikini must light them now since Iris can't be here.
Anything else around here? Nope, guess not. Ah! Hey! What was that jarring and considerably loudly yell?
So this is where you've been. Keep it nice and warm, I see.
Detective, have you finished repairing?
The bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know.
Well. Then I'll come along with you and...
Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access is restricted to people involved in the case.
What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I meant. Ah!
Yep, he does work fast, Alkia. It's been a while, Scruffy.
It's Miss Von Carver. KO.
Sister, please leave the investigation to me. My. Well, you certainly seem to have everything under control. I'm on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to.
As you work to pin the guilt on Iris.
What are you daydreaming about? Phoenix, right?
Ow! That hurts, you know.
Silence. I, Franzisker von Karma, will personally guide you through your investigation. So you will follow me.
She's not seriously going to follow me around, is she?
Joe, whipping is how Franzisker likes to greet people. Yeah, that tracks actually. Kia, wasn't she arrested for assault? No, I guess she just whips people and people are okay with that. Joe, better than the handshake. I suppose whips are easier to clean than hands. Anyway, we're at an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm going to call the stream here so my voice has a chance to rest. Right. Have a quick stretch. Yep, you're welcome, Kia. As I said, D&D is going to be at like an hour and 10 minutes on Nick's channel, which I'll just give a quick shout out while Firefox starts up. So yep, you can set a reminder for when that session starts. If you just click straight onto the channel there, or you could just hang around in the chat room for like an hour, if that's what you'd prefer to do. Joe, thank you, nice to see you stream it. Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for dropping by. And yep, it has been a while. Okay, Firefox is just going to be a moment because it seems to want to update. Okay, apparently it's improved Pocket. Anyways, let's load up Twitch and see who's about to raid. I know Jonah was here a moment ago, so we might give him a raid, but I'll see who else is on. Yeah, I guess I'll give Jonah a raid. Because to be honest, I don't get to raid him very often anyway. Plus, you know, JTTG is really easy to type in. Anywho, as I said, D&D in like an hour. Be there or be square. Or be square anyway, because it's D&D. You big nerds. I'll be back on Monday with more Lara Croft. I'm hoping, but not entirely certain, I'll have my backpack for my cosplay finished then. I know I'm quite near the end of the game, so I want to try and get the cosplay finished in time. And obviously I'll throw up a poll for that. And after that, my next cosplay effort's going to be just improving my grounded cosplay for D&D. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, I'm rambling a bit now, so once again, thank you for dropping by. Hopefully I might see you at D&D. Have a lovely weekend, and we're raiding in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment and subscribe. And raid.